Hi, my name is Brittany Callaghy, and this is my week 5 video journal entry for the class EDUU 676. So today I'm going to be talking about how my intervention is going with the evidence-based practice that I chose to implement. How I'm going to be talking about how I'm ensuring fidelity, and I'm going to talk about any changes that I've seen due to the implementation. So, my evidence based practice that I chose to do was cognitive behavioral intervention. This student is a fifth grade boy with ASD. He's usually great to work with, tries really hard. His interests are math, science, and social studies, gets along well with his family members, peers, and adults, and he's very social. Due to the pandemic, he has been displaying a lot of negative behaviors, and he's very emotional and easily frustrated. Our school is fully online now, and he's having a really tough time with it. When concepts are reviewed or new concepts are introduced, he automatically shuts down. He gets very emotional. He says he can't do stuff. It's a lot of negative self-talk, and these behaviors are really new. He also displays behaviors such as throwing items around, and he's also not so nice to his family members now because of his situation, and so that's why I kind of chose the evidence-based practice to implement with this student. So a little bit about how it's going. So far, the implementation of the evidence-based practice has been going well. There, of course, are a few bumps in the road, but overall, I have seen great improvements. I noticed right away that the student benefited from reviewing all coping strategies before getting into small groups. When reviewing the coping strategies, I would show him a visual support and a model of how to use the coping strategy correctly. One bump that came up was when he was taking his 2 to 5 minute break. It was hard to get him to come back to the Zoom. He would often turn off his mic and camera, remove his headphones, and walk away from his iPad. So when I was telling him that his break was over, he couldn't hear me. And so to overcome that issue, I taught him how to set his own timer so he's more aware of how many minutes he's taken the break for and when to come back. We also talked about how he can be more responsible and be more aware of the time. Another thing I observed was occasionally he would need to be talked through his breakdown, talking about his emotions, why he's feeling that way, and what coping strategy he can use to help him. This process really helped him understand his emotions and what coping strategy worked best for different situations. Talking about how he feels after implementing the coping strategy has been extremely beneficial. He usually feels more relaxed and less frustrated. There have been a couple times where he was still feeling frustrated and angry after implementing one strategy, so we decided to pick another one to utilize. In that situation, deep breathing was more effective than the first one, which was getting a glass of water. We also talk about how next time he should try starting out with deep breathing because that seemed to be most beneficial out of all the coping strategies. This is the visuals that we use with him. This is the deep breathing. This is getting a drink of water. This one's taking a 2 to 5 minute break with your camera and your mic off. And this is a puzzle or a game that he can use. Like I mentioned before, along with implementing the cognitive behavioral intervention, I have also been implementing 3 other evidence-based practices, which are modeling, visual supports, and social narratives. I am constantly modeling how to implement all coping strategies. I show him a visual and or the visual menu every day before we start school and before our reading rotation, our math rotation, our science, social studies, every rotation that we have, we always go through it. I'm even implementing social stories that align with some of the emotions he's displaying. He is starting to relate and understand more about his emotions from reading the social stories and talking through each story and understanding how certain people handle their emotions the correct way and how individuals can handle them the incorrect way. Lastly, I am continuing to ensure fidelity by documenting everything. I created a Google form that is easily accessible to my support staff. The form includes the date, the target behavior, the coping skill used, and the learner's response, and additional notes. Like I like to include the additional notes just in case my support staff needs to tell me anything else about the situation. All support staff understand what we are working on with this student, and they understand how to implement the strategies along with how to take data. So they know how to model, they know how to present the coping strategies menu and walk him through his breakdown. I have looked through the Google Form responses and I have noticed that the student seems to use deep breathing exercises as well as the puzzle. He also seems to have a positive response after implementing the coping strategy. So we are continuing to talk to him about his breakdown and what coping strategy worked and how he feels after. I think the learner's response is like really crucial because I want him to voice how he's feeling after and how he felt the coping strategy worked for him. And that concludes my week 5 video journal entry. Thank you for listening.